Hey, all you podcast listeners, you can find Slice of the Paranormal everywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hey, hi, hello there, and here's a Slice of the Paranormal again. I'm Ryan, this is Christy.
Hello.
And over here on this side, I got Steven.
Hello.
He teaches us things, takes us places.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us again. It really means a lot. I really appreciate y'all coming back and checking us out.
And we always give a shout out to, Cup of Code?
Yeah, when we do our pizza reviews,
All right.
we like to remember Cup of Code as well. So we do pizza at the end of each episode.
Haunted places, investigate, and then we eat a local pizza place, review it.
Yeah, this week's a little different. We went to a place that's kind of local to us, the Alvira Bunkers in the ghost town of Alvira.
Now, you say Alvira, but I've already heard people say Alvira.
It is not. It's Alvira, Alvira.
Yeah, that's how I've always heard it.
It's Alvira.
And then it makes me think of that song. Elvira.
Mama.
Yeah, but that's with an E.
Still makes me think of it.
Now, same here.
Yeah.
But the town actually wasn't always named Elvira. Mm-hmm. It actually started in 1825 as Wisetown.
This is like central Pennsylvania.
Central Pennsylvania.
Like near Williamsport.
It's the northern edge of Union County. Mm-hmm. And in fact, parts of Elvira bridged over to Lycoming County. So
right.
I've had people online arguing it's Union, it's Lycoming. It's
really?
Oh yeah. So I was like, all right, guys, you're
proud of
kind
it.
of right.
Yeah, it's a fairly big area that we're talking about.
It is.
Yeah.
And it got renamed in 1860 to Elvira. So the town is just like any other very small rural town. They had a post office, they had a barber shop, they had butchers and churches and several graveyards. I mean, it was a small community. But people are like, well, what's happening in Elvira that could lead to haunting? So I kind of delved into it, trying to figure it out. And one of the ones connects to an episode we already did.
Oh, yeah?
We did an episode 11. We talked about the cell block and the genetic.
Yes.
You guys remember that one?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, the guy that haunts the cell block, or one of the people that they say haunts the cell block, is William Hummel. And William Hummel's the guy that in 1899, he killed his fourth wife and her 3 children with an axe.
Yowza.
So we got an axe murder.
And he lived in Elvira?
He did not. He lived in Montgomery.
Okay.
I know.
Wait a second.
Hold on. So what happens is the woman, his wife, and her 3 children were actually buried in Elvira on the grounds of the Stone Church, which still exists today. But we couldn't check it out because it's now on the Allenwood Prison Complex's site.
Right.
So we can't gain access to it. But she is buried there with her 3 children and her ex-husband. So I'm assuming the ex-husband allowed them to be buried in the plots because they were his kids that were murdered. Now, I sent you some pictures of
a gravestone.
There's a gravestone that's for her. Her name was Sarah Francis. She had a son, Johnny W., a daughter, Olive F., and Florence H. And they're all buried there.
Florence Henderson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about William Hummel, and, go check out our episode 11 if you want to know the full detailed story.
Just pause right now.
Yeah.
Go watch that
Come back.
Come on back later.
But he tried to say that he was innocent of murdering them and that he dictated a letter to one of the I think it was the chief or the warden or something, and said that the wife absolved him of the crime of murdering her and the kids, and it was another guy named Harry Smith that did the deed.
Sure it was.
So,
Yeah.
there's another ghost story related to that. But if you ever get a chance and you're able to check out the Stone Church, they do have a yearly date where they open up the church and let the previous members come and worship there.
Okay.
So if you are connected to people or that church, you could go check out her grave. But that's just one of the stories. But
Wait, so how did the cell block attach to that?
the guy that haunts the cell block, it's his ex-wife that he murdered with an axe, who's buried in Elvira.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now. Okay.
With the three
I'm connected
kids.
it now.
So you have four.
I think we're looking for Pepe Sylvia here.
You got 4 people that have definitely been murdered. But you also have the town of Alvira that existed for well over 100 years. So you can imagine, it had like a population of 100 or whatever. How many people would have just lived and died over the years in that place?
Right.
I mean,
Sure.
I was looking at so many obituaries saying, so-and-so died, of old age. Someone had a stroke. Someone had, just tons of people just killing
Do you
over.
normally looking at obituaries all the time? 3 o'clock, this is when you look at obituaries every day?
That's pleasure reading for Steve.
Yeah. It's like, sorry,
Little
guys.
Not
leisure
just
time.
obituaries. Because my wife will see
Estate sales.
the
Yeah.
blue glow from my phone on my side of the bed. I'm more than likely looking at obituaries from the 1800s.
Oh, my gosh.
Because that's what I do to pass the
fun.
time. That's fun for me. But there's some great stories. Like I did find June 4th, 1921, 8-year-old Bernest Youngkin fell or jumped from a moving truck and was killed. He was hit by one of the back tires of the truck.
Aw, and this is in the town
This
of
is in the town
Elvira.
of Alvira. But
Now, you mentioned earlier, and I just wanted why did it change names? You said it was Wisetown?
I'm not exactly certain. I didn't delve into that aspect, but a lot of towns just change their names.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like when the post office comes in, they'll be like, hey, you can't use that name. We already have a town called
Sure.
Wisetown.
Yeah.
So then
They have to, like,
at that
pick a new
point, they have
name.
to pick a new name.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that could be it.
Could be after a family, too. Is it WEIS or is it WISC?
It was WISE.
Oh, okay.
So it's not off of the Wise family
Right.
of
That
the
we think of in
supermarket fame.
Central
It
Pennsylvania.
made me think of the Wise Owl potato chips.
Oh, there you go.
That's what that
That's
made
how
me
they
of.
spell it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And we did see a sign for a Wise Owl that day when I went out, now that I think of
we
it.
did. You
I
got a
took
picture of it.
Didn't turn out very well.
So Elvira more than likely would have existed and thrived as a small community well into the future, but there was the problem of World War II.
Okay.
So World War II comes.
Big problem.
We know what happens. Like the Pearl Harbor is attacked. That draws America into the war. And you probably have heard the scandal that the U.S. kind of had some forewarning and then didn't do anything about it.
I have heard that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guy, there was a guy from Williamsport named Joe Lockard. Joe Lockard was the first to report planes coming into Pearl Harbor 55 minutes before the planes got there. His concerns were dismissed. They thought it was just a bunch of other B-52 bombers or whatever.
They thought it was.
They thought it was our people just returning from a mission. So he saw them on the radar, and he was given the nickname Pearl Harbor Joe for being the guy that said, "Hey, there's all these planes coming. I think we're under attack."
Oh, man.
But they didn't believe him.
They didn't believe him, so because of that,
They should have, because his name was Pearl Harbor Joe.
Yeah. When did he get that name?
Yeah, you think you would have known. But he is considered America's first World War II hero.
Oh, okay.
Because he saw this coming. But it's all because there was a break in the chain of command where, he did what he's supposed to do as a radar operator.
Right.
And then the people above him were like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
we all know that, Joe was correct.
Right.
So that drew the U.S. into the war. Because of that, you may have heard something, I don't know, the Manhattan Project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The Manhattan Project, I mean, we just had the movie Oppenheimer, whatever, come out.
What
and
picture should I use here?
well, the first one we're going to have is Uzal, Gerard Ent. This guy is a officer who's from Northumberland, PA. He is put in charge of picking the squadron that is going to fly the mission to drop the first atomic bomb on the planet.
Oh, wow.
So, because he's from Northumberland, he knows another guy, Theodore Dutch Van Kirk. Theodore Dutch Van Kirk is a navigator that he picks for this flight. So he becomes the navigator of the Enola Gay. So he's the gentleman that when the Enola Gay is flying over Hiroshima, he tells them when to drop the bomb. Now,
we saw his grave, didn't we?
Yeah, I showed
I
you
thought
his grave.
so
That's
when we
right.
went to for the Todd C's episode.
Now, the thing is, this guy was a young guy at the time. He actually met Albert Einstein before they took off.
Yeah.
And Albert Einstein was like, yeah, we really don't know what's going to happen to you guys when you get up there.
Good luck.
Like,
All right, see ya.
there were some
wishes.
theories
Yeah.
like that the bomb might ignite the atmosphere itself and chain reaction.
Yeah, who knows?
And they didn't know how far he had to be away that they'd be safe.
Right.
And not only that, they had to, after they dropped the bomb, they had to circle back around and fly over to see what kind of damage
What
it was.
devastation it caused. Yeah.
And
Pictures.
so they felt two shock waves as the plane, after the bomb went. They felt the two shock waves. They circled back around. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He was saying how he had talked to Dutch about this whole thing. And he said, Dutch said that when he landed the plane, the guys at the base were like, oh my God, what would we do if something like this happened to us?
Yeah.
And Dutch was just like, you have nothing to worry about, because he knew you'd be incinerated. You'd be gone. The damage was astronomical.
Yeah.
So
An instant for many cases. Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is because of World War II, they thought, oh my God, we're going to need a lot of TNT to fight this war. So the government goes in and they go to they check out this town of Alvira, and it's really close to the Reading Railroad. So okay, so we can transport things to and from it.
Yep.
It's a small area. It's near the water, like the Susquehanna River. That you can get. Anytime you're having a giant plant, you want to figure out how to
Cool things.
how to transport things. So Alvira is picked for whatever reason. Now the government acquires Alvira through eminent domain. It is 8,400 acres that are taken up in this.
Right.
And I sent you a picture of the last Easter service at the Stone Church where William Hummel's murder victims are buried. And it shows the whole town like they're celebrating Easter.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Did
there.
they get a fair price, do you think? The
They
people?
did get a fair price.
Yeah.
But they were also told by the government, hey, don't worry. Once we're done with the war, we're going to sell the land back to you.
Oh, that's right. I remember you said that.
They were like, we're going to sell the land back to you. And this happened on March 7th, 1942.
Well, they didn't have a choice either. It wasn't like...
Yeah, it was eminent domain.
Yeah.
You either accept the money or you don't accept the money and you still lose the stuff.
But then they took that one extra step to be like, no, it's all cool. You're going to get your land back.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Probably making it easier for them to leave and thinking, oh, I can
And
get
it's
it back.
got to be hard. If you think about it, these people, some of those people had been on that land their families have been on that land for like 125 years.
Yeah.
Your grandparents were there.
Sure.
On March 7th, 1942, they were told at a church that they had 6 weeks to leave their property.
Oh, that's
Gather
it?
everything up. I mean, these
Wow.
are farmers. So you have like...
That's nothing.
Your cattle that you have to walk to wherever they're going. there's a local historian, Paul C. Metzger, said that his my grandmother was actually carried off her front porch of her house. So essentially,
she's like sat in
She was like a hold off.
well, I don't know if that's the same one. I did find a woman that was carried off in her wheelchair, in her rocking chair, off the porch.
That's so sad.
There's a picture of like the old lady and her husband there. So what they did was the government bulldozed the entire town. Now they decided that they weren't going to destroy the graveyards. So today there's still 3, and sometimes some reports say 4 graveyards that are at the site.
Is there another one? Because we did find a third.
I know where the 3 are, but supposedly out in the woods there's another.
And most people only know the 2 because they only see the 2.
Because they're right by them.
Yeah.
Cup of Code! Today's episode is brought to you by Cup O Code. Need a website or marketing solution that works as hard as you do? At Cup of Code, they don't just build websites. They create digital solutions that grow your business. From expert web design to targeted marketing, including Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and billboards, they've got you covered. Dream, design, develop. Visit cupofcode.com and take your business to the next level.
So they essentially plan the 150 bunkers to be situated to avoid these cemeteries, and they're also spread out because if they blow up, they're meant to blow out the viewing hole that's in the very center. That's where all the force is going to go shoot them straight up. And if one blows up, they want to make sure it's far enough away from another bunker that it's not got a chain reaction and take away the whole complex. Because we see today, it's like 150 of these bunkers. But when it was the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works, there was 300 buildings at Elvira at the time.
That they tore down.
That they torn down like at least 150 buildings to leave just the bunkers. Because obviously that would have been extremely expensive to tear those down. So I have a photo of a nitric acid plant that shows some of these buildings. Each bunker held about 250,000 pounds of TNT. And here's the thing that really upsets me about this. The operations at the Ordnance Works ceased after 11 months.
Okay.
So after 11 months, they decided on January 14th, 1944, we didn't really need that much TNT. Let's close it down. So they decided to close it down.
Wow.
And
wow, what a waste.
I know.
So it was only up for like 2 years. And the site stored like 24 bombs. They sent you a picture of like 3 soldiers standing on a bomb that was stored there.
Oh, nice.
Also connecting it to the Manhattan Project. When they were doing uranium millings, they would take the millings from this.
Connecting it to the Manhattan Project.
Yes.
I like
the
that.
Manhattan Project, what they're doing is they're refining uranium for the bombs. Well, that creates a lot of waste uranium. A lot of that waste uranium was stored at Alvira Bunkers. So online, someone was giving me problems like, you guys are idiots. Why are you hanging out where there's, radioactive waste?
I'll do it again.
It's like,
I go back.
We're trying to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I have like uranium glass right here. I am drinking out of a uranium cup.
Oh, man.
I have radioactive freaking rocks on the shelf from the Trinity blast.
Yeah, we ain't afraid of no radiation.
I ain't afraid of radiation. Plus, we all have a freaking cell phone.
Did you ever get X-rays?
No. Well, yeah, I've gotten X-rays. It's not
the same thing? No?
Radiation. It's radiation.
Yeah.
Well, just so that people know, there is a map that shows all the bunkers and what their numbers are. They're all numbered, and the 4 bunkers used to store uranium millings.
I don't see the numbers on this map, but I do see the map.
Okay. Well, if you blow it up or something,
Maybe.
In 2011, the State Department of Environmental Protection Bureau of Radiation scanned the roads and the bunker, two of the bunkers, for gamma-emitting radioactive elements above the natural background levels.
Okay.
And they deemed them safe.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Doesn't mean they didn't find any. They're just saying it's safe.
it's the same as like
safe
we're around
levels.
radiation all the time.
Sure.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
in our lives. But
So you probably got to worry more about like the occultists and devil worshippers than the radiation.
yeah, we'll get to that. Now, they did this in 2011, but it was first disclosed that uranium was held there in May 29th, 1987. And I've read it was like 100,000 pounds of radioactive uranium.
Dang!
234 metal turnings.
That's a lot.
Now, if you want to avoid the uranium bunkers, they're bunkers 112, 120, 137, and 146.
These are the bunkers to
avoid.
Okay.
Now, two of those bunkers you don't have to worry about because they're on the prison grounds. So when they tested, they didn't test those because they didn't get permission to test them.
Oh.
So maybe they're
be more.
radioactive, but if you go into those bunkers, you're probably getting arrested by prison guards anyway.
Right. You're awful close to the prison
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, I doubt you're going to
They
get
go up
on
right
there.
on the prison
Yeah,
property.
you have bigger problems than
Yeah.
getting radiated by uranium millings.
So you can see it says Allenwood Prison, like right on it.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Yeah, so it brings me to the...
Well, before
What-
you get going, do you think those two bunkers are open or closed? Because, some of them you can go into and some of them are like welded shut.
I don't know. I've never really gone too far off the road.
Yeah, me neither.
Because anyone like us locals know that you go off the roads, it's like tick heaven or
yes.
hell.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
people hunt a lot in that area.
Right.
People do hunt. So they suggest if you're going to go out there, this is state game lands.
Yeah.
Yeah, wear some
Wear
orange.
orange.
Yep.
An orange hat, an orange vest, because you don't want to be moving when a hunter's looking for a deer.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
Or
a
you're
very
gonna hunt
dangerous.
that
Yeah, and
area.
especially with all kinds of like weird landscape, huge mounds just coming up out of everywhere. Walk behind one. Hunter sees just a little bit of movement. You're not wearing orange.
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
dangerous. So, yes.
Now, I've heard that people that do wander off the roads and they're in the forest that one of the main feelings that people are getting is that they feel like they're being watched.
Yep.
Oh.
I've heard that too.
And part of me wonders, like, is it just the weirdness of being in this desolate area
Yeah.
that there's no other people around?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because this town was forcibly taken from Pennsylvania citizens, and that a lot of those people are going to have like negative feelings?
And
Yeah.
energy, yeah.
Yeah, it could
like-
just be some residual sad energy left there from that.
And you guys, when we went out there, we could see
Well, we've been there twice now.
foundation
Yes.
stones. Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Both times, I mean, there were decent days we were out there, not like rainy or anything, but like it seems dreary and kind of dead back there, right? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
It just seems like, even though there were nice days, I felt like it kind of like
I
felt
felt
like
like still almost in a way.
Yeah, too,
Like
like,
the air
yeah.
was still.
just different. It was, yeah, definitely.
Well, and you got
weird.
like a lot of area where there's no roads really, besides like these
no main
paths.
road, yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's no cars driving for the most part. And I think just that sadness of a town disappearing.
And for what? For some sticks of dynamite
11
for a
months.
couple years. or
For 11
not even
months,
a year.
is
Yeah.
essentially
Just
its
yeah.
operating time, which I think is just the tragedy of that whole situation.
Are you going to tell us why they didn't sell the land back?
Well, I mean, they did sell the land back to some. Okay, so 500 acres was sold back to former residents.
Okay.
So I was surprised by that. I was under the assumption that
Yeah.
none of them got any land back.
It's not
but some of
necessarily
them
where the
did.
bunkers.
Yeah, the bunkers
Yeah.
stayed.
Yeah.
Might be hard to have a house in between the
Yeah.
bunkers.
Yeah.
Now, one of the reasons that they say the government didn't sell the land back is that when you're processing TNT, that you are creating a lot of byproduct chemicals and that the area is contaminated by the TNT creating process.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're testing the roadways. I don't know.
But they're not. But it's safe. They said it's safe.
They said it's safe. Now, 3,018 acres were given to the State Game Commission. That's the land that we're on.
Okay.
220 acres were given to a golf course.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember seeing that anywhere near there.
400 acres were given to the Williamsport Area Community College, who does environmental
cool.
studies there. And then in 1950, half of the land was sold to Allenwood Prison Complex.
Right.
So Allenwood gets the bulk of all the land
Yeah.
between them and the Game Commission. So I don't know. Like, is the government telling the truth? Was there, was the land contaminated? They didn't want people to farm it,
Right.
Right.
to grow produce to
True
feed
that.
people if it's contaminated.
Yeah, they were
But they-
just like CYA there.
But we
You know
can
what I
make
mean?
money.
But we
But if we can make money,
but we can make money and sell off some of this land.
Yeah.
So, one of the things I saw online is people are like, "It's not haunted."
Right.
A lot of people thought that.
Sure.
And I'm of the opinion that I'm not sure if it's haunted either. I mean, but I've personally gotten EVPs at the cemetery. When you come in on Elvira Road, the first cemetery you come to off to the right, that's where I've gotten EVPs.
Okay.
So there's some sort of residual.
Sure. There's always an opportunity for it, right? You can't say it's not.
You have these graves, and the second grave we went to, the one where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go pee in the weeds because I've already been here like 300 times. Had my favorite headstone, which was Elias Seckler, who is a Confederate soldier who had a bullet lodged into his body. He was in the 131st Regiment charge at Mary's Heights in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and which happened December 13th, 1862. He dies in 1870 at the age of 38.
Dang.
So his wound might have been probably festering and probably
For that
made him
long?
die at the age of 38.
Oh, wow.
So he dies young.
Oh man.
But this guy, I really like him because his grandfather is Michael Seckler and was the bodyguard of George Washington.
Oh,
So he's got some interesting.
that's pretty cool.
He's interesting pedigree, I
It
guess.
says that he's not buried here. The bullet is.
No, he's buried there too. He's under there.
But he was a Confederate soldier?
No, he was shot by a Confederate.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Confederate
Okay.
bullet.
That makes a big difference. Yes.
At Mary's Heights. So now the other reasons it could be haunted is obviously the government stealing land. I mentioned the kid that got run over by a truck.
Yeah.
There's
That was when it was still a town.
that was when it was a town.
Okay.
Now in the bunkers, okay, we were all in the bunkers. The sound quality of the bunkers is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's super
Like
echoey.
yeah, I was gonna say the echo, but what did you guys when you first walked in? What was your first impression of like that?
What's
just
cool
the
is I
sound?
think on the outside they seem kind of small, but once you get in, they kind of seem way bigger than what you initially thought. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the sound's crazy.
The sound just bounces all around.
It's just like-
you make one little tiny noise and it goes.
It's everywhere.
You have to either whisper to each other if you're going to try and talk to each other, because if you just talk in a normal voice like this,
It's too much.
it's just way too loud. It's too much bouncing and reverberations. Now, one person singing in there might be pretty cool.
Singing would be cool. I did hear online someone say that someone should go in there with a violin.
Yeah.
And to me, I thought
That'd be spooky.
That'd be so loud.
Or a theremin.
A theremin. Oh my god, the high pitch. But I would love to see what a musician could accomplish in those spaces. Now, others have said that in those bunkers that they experience hearing disembodied voices.
Which makes sense because your own voice could sound like a disembodied voice.
Or
You know
even
what I mean?
like if you're in there with someone else, like
Yeah.
a heartbeat
Yeah,
is
it's
making
quiet
a very
enough.
rhythmic sound, and you'd probably be able to hear heartbeats in there.
Interesting.
And if someone's outside, like just driving by, and you hear like a little bit of
Some
music
kind of sound. Or,
and that gets into those chambers, it's going to be bouncing around.
Interesting.
So I'm not sure if I think that they're haunted. If they're haunted, are they haunted by the ex-workers? You know, maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Jill and I tried to do some Estes method and ghost box work in there, and it was so difficult because it was just so noisy. Like, even talking real low, it was just very difficult to hear anything that felt legitimate, you know? So we sat outside of the bunkers and did it and got a little bit more stuff. I think something warned me that I was about to bump my head on the bar because it said quilt, and I was wearing a quilt jacket that day, and I turned to look for it, and that was like the second time that I had been called a quilt wearing that jacket during a ghost box session with Jill. Sorry.
For me, I would think that you'd to test out if there's voices in those, maybe set a recorder in, and then like leave. Mm-hmm. You know, come back in.
That's
10
a great
minutes,
idea.
You know, and see if there's anything.
Yep.
But make sure that you are far enough away that whatever you're talking outside the bunker is not going to get into that space. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be a way to.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Mindset Coffee. Your mornings shape your day. That first choice, that first sip, it sets the tone for everything that follows.
With Mindset Coffee, you're not just drinking coffee. Each blend is infused with powerful ingredients like mushrooms for focus, hemp for balance, crafted to fuel your mind and body with purpose.
Because when you rise with clarity, you rise with strength. Start your day with intention. Start it with Mindset Coffee. Visit mindsetcoffee.com and elevate your mindset.
I mentioned the being watched, and you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Satanic rituals.
I've heard if you hike back further in the trails, like they're not like, you know, we said we go to the ones on the road.
Yeah.
But if you hike back in further is where I've heard that you can see like the graffiti for occultist activity and stuff.
Nice.
And pentagrams and whatnot.
There are pentagrams.
I'm sure.
But some of them, one of the reasons people think that there's satanic rituals going on there is that there's
It's because
some
I held the 1999 Satanic Ritual Fest there.
Right.
that's right.
That was a good time. Remember that?
Yeah. We were all there, slicing the paranormal. Some of the bunkers have scorch marks inside the bunkers. Now, part of me thinks that this is just knowing the locals.
Kids partying.
You know,
yeah, because it's ventilated.
Take some hairspray and a
if
lighter.
you light a fire in one of the bunkers, which I highly do not recommend, I think you'd get in trouble.
Very dumb.
The
really like to
smoke
try
would
it.
go out the top,
got a
kind of like a
chimney.
teepee.
Yeah.
You know, just the way it's built.
Interesting.
The smoke
Hey, if
would
you're
be
homeless and
from.
you're trying to live in there,
I've seen like bits of fire in one of them, like charred logs and stuff. So definitely people do it.
So I think they're conflating two separate things. You know, like someone warming up, like maybe even hunters.
Yeah.
Trying to warm up in the middle of the day.
Right? If it started raining or it was snowy, why not go in there and warm up?
I found dead deer in the bunkers.
Have you?
I have. Like full on dead deer. Not like a hunter killed it and skinned it. Like this deer walked in and died.
he's like, I'm done.
It's a good place.
Done. I'm going to die right here.
Oh my gosh.
And it's pretty creepy. So I don't know if
that would be.
And then he took the bones home and made furniture.
I would. I would totally. I had deer bones at home.
He already had those ones.
Right? Yeah.
I left that particular
Had it
deer.
been a moose,
Yeah, that'd be a totally different story.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't want a moose rack? Yeah. Like, I think everyone would want a moose rack.
why not?
So, I don't know what to think about the ghost lore with the site.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not super impressed with the ghost lore.
I agree.
EVPs, I mean, you can give it a number of like natural reasons why an EVP might show up. Like some people say maybe it's a radio interference somehow connecting on the recording.
Exactly.
Feeling watched, that's more about the person experiencing it than the site.
And who knows? Nowadays, it might be the prison people watching you.
Right?
Might be drones in the sky watching us.
Yeah, if you think about like
Might be sniper rifles on.
Little
Focusing-
tiny insects that are X-ray
like
machines.
energy, like when you deal with like a prison population, that's a lot of negative energy.
Oh, yeah.
In like
So, like you're saying, energy runoff from the prison,
like
too.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's partly, you know, you're surrounded by hundreds of people that are convicted of massive crimes.
Yeah.
Like who knows what kind of energy is like being leached out there.
True story.
Yeah.
And as a person checking out weird sites, I mean, 150 bunkers in the middle of nowhere, near a prison.
It is a little strange.
It has a weird vibe.
It
to
does.
So, in my opinion, I would give it a thumbs down on Haunted, but a thumbs up on being really cool and connected
Yeah, an
to, like,
interesting place to
history.
go.
And I think a lot of locals know about it, even if they haven't been there. They've heard about the Alvira Bunkers.
Bunkles.
Alvira Bunkers.
And that third graveyard is cool because you do have to, well, two of them, you actually have to walk. You can't really see them from the road.
Yeah.
So you have to walk a little bit. It gives you the, like, impression that you're, like, walking into a scary movie or something, you know?
Well, in the last 10 years, like 10 years ago, there were two brick columns
Yeah.
by the road, and those have disintegrated. And when you're walking to that back graveyard,
Yeah.
Off to the right, we saw the foundation stones, and we were talking then, like, wonder what it was. That was one of the churches.
Oh.
That was once there. That was torn
Wow.
down. So when we were looking at that,
Yeah.
the foundation stones, that was the church. So it's not surprising to me because a lot of those 1800s cemeteries were connected to a church. So the first ones we see, there was probably a church very near there. And I do have maps. I've posted them online to show people who lived where.
Are those maps like accessible by people, or are those just things you happen to have?
I mean, I've gotten them off online. So
Like to find out where the bunkers are and stuff?
Alvira Bunker map, you can probably find both the maps I have
Yeah.
to show where the bunkers are. If you're worried about uranium, you can check it out and make sure not to go to those bunkers.
Right.
Yeah. And wear some orange
Wear orange
and tick spray.
And if one of the bunkers
Tuck your
is
pants into your
closed
socks.
and locked, do not, I repeat, do
Yeah.
not try to break open. You will be arrested for breaking into bunkers.
Yeah. You can go into the ones that are open.
If they're open,
Yeah.
that's fine. The ones that are closed, do not try to.
I mean, they'd have to bring their, like, soldering iron or something
would
anyway
be,
to get, to
People
get
are
into
dry.
it.
But
Yeah.
the people that are there that work on the site, they're very nice people. And as long as you're respectful of the space, they're very respectful. They've even taught me how to unlock the gate to get in. And like, because they'll just shut the gate at night. Because they don't want people out there at night.
Right.
You know, obviously, kids doing bad things, satanic rituals and whatnot. So... But that's my take on the Alvira Bunkers.
Cool. It was a fun time.
But
We'll probably go back again.
Yeah.
we'll
Definitely.
definitely check it out.
You can crawl on top of the bunkers too, but as I experienced, it is a little bit you get a little
can.
bit of vertigo when you get up there.
A little steeper than you think.
A little steeper. It's much easier climbing up than getting down. So
Yeah,
I definitely slid down.
You'd almost have to use the trees because there's actually trees
For sure.
growing on the bunkers.
Yeah.
They've been there that long.
That's how I got up. That's the only way. Using the roots and.
I wouldn't even risk going up there. I was like, I'll stay down
No, I
here.
kind of wished I hadn't once I got up. I was like, oh, now I got to get back down. But I did all right. Just got a little dirty.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, people wanted us to check out the bunker, so we had to do it.
Yeah.
It's a popular video online.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Before we get into pizza, again, thank you, Cup of Code. But Ryan, I know it was your birthday over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, it
you
was
have a
my
nice,
birthday.
nice weekend?
I did. Yeah. I mean, it was an eventful weekend. I'll say that. My birthday, not being all of the events, but
Yeah.
it was fun. We had a good day. We had some drinks, had some food. It was good.
That's awesome.
How was your week? Anything?
Yeah, I had a good weekend. My brother got married to his wonderful wife, Maggie, and it was an amazing event. And
Nice.
just want to give a
Congrats,
shout out. Yep, Nick and Maggie Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, guys. Love you.
Woohoo.
And yeah, let's say cheers to them. And
Cheers.
also, which
Cheers.
reminds me, they had a great bar. You guys would have loved it. It was an old horse trailer that these two women converted into a bar. So it's like a traveling bar that they rented out. And they renovated the whole thing by themselves. and it's called Sisterhood of the Traveling Pints. And I just thought that was such a clever
nice.
name.
Yeah,
And
nice.
she was so nice, and it was awesome. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, thanks again. And
Nice.
that's about it. How was your weekend, Steve?
I went werewolf hunting with two journalists from the Daily Item,
Excellent.
looking for the old werewolf sites. So we did an episode on
The one we talked about?
the werewolf of Northumberland
Wolfman's
werewolf.
Grab.
And I
Wolfman's
found
Grab.
out, you know how I always murder things like names?
No.
The Schwaben Creek.
Oh, speaking of, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's actually the Schwoben Creek.
Schwoben.
The Schwoben Creek. It's a
Ooh,
Schwo.
harder.
Schwoben
But we
Creek.
did find the.
I was talking about the Schwoben Creek Bridge because I was at a couple covered bridges yesterday too.
Yeah.
Over my weekend. Yeah.
Well, and we check it out. I mean, maybe we'll have to revisit it because now I know where the actual Die Wolfman's Grab is,
grave is.
where the actual
Where-
grave is
yeah.
or was, where the hermit lived. And I was even shown by my friend John Moore, the local historian, where he was shot.
Nice.
So
Well, that's cool because that information is only a few people have that information.
only a few people have it, and I look forward to the article coming out. I'm not going to divulge much because I think everyone should learn at the same time
Love it.
what Justin Strasser of the Daily Item digs up in his research, and he's doing a lot of research
Oh,
on this.
awesome.
So
Very cool.
we might have some cool werewolf lore and some answers to questions that we've been looking for.
Nice.
exciting.
That's really cool. Do follow up.
Yeah, definitely.
Michael Jackson was also a werewolf in Thriller.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody remembers the zombies, but he
was a werewolf.
He was a werewolf
was
too.
a werewolf,
In leather.
We went for pizza on this episode.
of course.
I feel like we asked people, but where do we ask people? Because
We went to that place. What was you called?
Weavers?
Weavers, because it was like Weavers Pizza and Ice Cream, and then they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we don't have pizza right now." So, but we said, "Where's a good place to
it
go?"
was too early in the day for
Yeah.
pizza. or
Yeah, they did it
something.
like at 4 or 5 p.m. This when
Yeah.
they
That's
started
That's
selling
right.
pizza.
And they're like, but hey, we recommend Cheeros.
Cheerios.
And we're
Cheerios.
like-
no.
And we're like, I don't know. So we tried to find it, and we didn't know how to spell it. Mm-hmm. But it's Ciros. Apostrophe
Which I think
S.
is Ciros.
Ciros.
Is
Yeah.
how
I
I've
think
referred to it.
Well, it's a ristorante italiano, so maybe it is Cheeros.
We won't go by me because I always screw up how to pronounce things anyway.
Yeah,
It's Italian, apparently.
Yeah.
Italiano.
it was nice.
It was great. Watsontown, PA. It's a fancy place.
Yeah,
Standalone restaurant with parking, so its own restaurant, not in a plaza or anything. It's cool. Steven says 3.5 out of 5. Cheese and sauce tasted great. The pepperoni was a little too salty, and I didn't taste a lot of flavor in the crust. But 3.5 still a nice score.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
3.5 is a piece we would go back for. 3.5 for Christy as
Yeah.
well. 3.5 out of 5. The waitress asked if we needed any additional toppings, such as garlic or S&P. That means salt and pepper. And I'm glad I didn't ask for any because it was flavorful enough.
ooh, that's high praise from me.
I tried both plain and pepperoni slices, and the pepperoni slice was way too salty. So the same as Steve, and pepperoni
Yeah.
must have been very salty. As a lifelong pepperoni lover, I'd hate to admit it, but I might be going over to the cheese side.
Oh, that's right.
When you
I
don't
remember that.
have pepperoni on it, you can really taste the other ingredients better. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's me, a cheese guy. Look out. I gave it a 3.0 out of 5. So
Lowest out of the
interesting.
three.
Yeah. Still a good score for me. That's like a solid piece. I'll eat that all day. I liked this pizza. See, 3.0.
Yeah.
Good crispy crust. Sauce and cheese were good. My glass of water had a strange taste and smell. Apparently, I put that in there.
That's odd.
And my pizza had a similar smell. So that may have held my score back. So I wonder if whatever water they got going on there,
There's a little minerally
they're
or
using
something.
it in their dough. Who knows? But apparently that's the only thing that held my score back.
You know, I have a water tester I could bring.
Oh, yeah.
That gives a numeric
pH level and stuff.
readout on the quality of water. It has to be under like 100 parts per million or something.
That's what we need to add to our adventures.
Yeah.
Let's test the water at every restaurant now.
Test and rate the
Also,
water.
what was the water score?
Hey,
I remember the
like that. I
ambiance
can't
in there
believe-
was
and
really
I-
cool.
yeah, very dark.
It was like dark and broody, and
And
yeah.
of course, Steve has a water tester.
Yeah. Of course he does.
Yeah, I'm a gadget guy. What can I say?
3.5s, 3.0. Do you think we'd haunt this place?
I'd haunt it.
I'd haunt it.
I'd like to try something other than pizza.
I know, it's always nice. It is a ristorante Italiano.
Although
so
I will warn you, I took my daughter there once and she wanted meatballs.
She went to Chiro's?
She went to Chiro's and she got a meatball. I swear to God, it was like bigger than both my hands together. Was one meatball. And my daughter was like 4.
Yeah.
So like I had to cut it.
So just like meatloaf.
Yeah, it was practically a meatloaf, but it's a phenomenal meatball. But
meatball.
do not expect to get multiple of them.
It's a ristorante.
A ristorante.
It's that grumpy old man. You ever watch that? Grumpy or the second
Oh,
one?
yeah. That's great classic
Sorry,
films.
it's not a good one. But yeah, that's it for pizza. And thanks again, Cup of Code. Thanks again for everybody for tuning in, hanging out, chilling out.
It means a lot to us, and all you guys who keep coming back and watching us every week or whenever you get to, it all makes a big difference. Any kind of comment, like, subscribe. Let us know if you've gone to the Alvira Bunkers and maybe gotten shot at or got some ticks, anything like that. Anything else?
Free T-shirt to the person who got the most ticks. Just saying.
Yeah.
How would they prove it?
Pictures.
We're gonna sure it didn't happen.
I don't know.
It didn't happen.
No,
Someone's
maybe.
gonna come to the big. I got Lyme's disease.
Yeah.
People are going out for this.
Yeah, maybe we
get a
should
free
not
t-shirt?
make that a contest.
All right, take it back.
And join us next time you crave a slice of the paranormal.
This podcast was produced by Stone State Entertainment.